Ah. Oh, I was told I had to get a intro. So, little Stevie Wonder, Superstition. Took it upon myself. Top 5 song ever. All right, here we are from another week of From What I Learned last week. And oh, you might want to know why I'm wearing this. Because the Minnesota Wild, that is the team to watch this weekend. How great were they? Fantastic. I mean, Granlund's looking like the star. They're deep. They're fun to watch. They're gritty. It's been a blast watching them. So if you're not on the bandwagon, if you haven't been paying attention, Minnesota Wild are the team to go and watch. It's been a thrill watching them. So anyway, let's go on from what we did learn last week. How about football? Danielle Hunter, 3.5 sacks. Player of the week for the NFC. Loved it. Defensive player of the week. Love that. Some more Minnesota Magic this week. Lindsay Whalen, her debut as coach of the women's basketball team. How great is that? 14,000. Haven't had 14,000 to watch a women's basketball game since 2002. And ironically, Lindsay Whalen was playing in that game. So, outstanding. Gopher hockey, 1-1. I have to make a formal apology to the Minnesota Gopher head football coach, PJ Fleck. Great adjustment this week. I thought you were going down the tubes. If you watched last week, I had you put in there with Tim Brewster. So I'm going to un-Tim Breusterize you right now with an apology that you made great adjustments with your staff. I don't know how you did it, but doing that just showed me you're a better coach than Brewster. So you're on your way. The bar is starting to roll. You can put your oars in the water. You can run up and down the sideline. We're giving you the leeway for the year on that. But apologize. Hey, when you're wrong, you're wrong. This is a great testament to you. And maybe down the road you're going to say, hey, this game against Purdue might have saved my career. I don't know. But great job. I was asked about, how about the voting? The election. You're asking the wrong guy. So the voting, to me, the greatest thing about that is it's over. And people can get their signs all out of the yards. Who do you vote for? I don't know. For me, at my age right now, hey, what's health care? Well, that person's raising it. How about the other one? Well, they're raising it too. Well, who do you vote for? I have no idea. So if you're into the politics, you're on the wrong show, because I don't know what politicians have helped the middle class. I don't know if they both do, they don't. Something to debate among yourselves. I don't know. But the signs, they're coming out of the yards. So that's great. Speaking of the voting, here's a couple of things that I have learned. I have learned that people can side swipe a question better than most. And what I mean about that is, I've got a couple examples. So, I go in to vote. You go to the voting polls. You go in, you take the slip, you vote for who you want to. You know, left wing, right wing, center. I mean, it's like a hockey game to me. I don't know. Just fill in your little, you fill in the round circles, and you fill them all in. You go to the back of the page, right? And it's all incumbents against nobody. Why are they even on there? They don't have anybody to vote against. So it's so-and-so, and that's it, blank. So you're filling in about 15, 20 of them. So I'm done. I take the paper. I go over to the gal. Of course, that's the one with the she's holding the ticket, right? And you got to slide your voting thing in. And I said, well, how come that there's nobody to run against these people on this back page? She says to me, yeah, thanks for voting, and we have cookies in the back, and they're really good cookies. And of course me, oh, yeah, okay. I go over there, I'm walking, I'm going, wow, she never answered that question, but I give her credit. I'm going for the cookies. It's very sly. Second deal on that is when I go to the movies. Now I went to the movies. By the way, Girl in the Spiderweb. If you like espionage, very womanish James Bond, yeah, it's good. Go for it. Not bad. But you go up to get your popcorn. I'll give it 4 guns out of 5. James Bond, gun, you got it. So anyway, you go up there, and I order the popcorn, and of course I say, hey, don't even bother with the cholesterol. I want a lot of butter. And the first thing they ask you is, do you want theater butter or real butter? And I go, what's the difference? Real butter's $1 more. And they go away to go get the thing, and I said, well, theater butter's fine. I go, what's the difference? And they said, well, here's your popcorn, and you can pay right up there by the lady, and you can get your pop up there. Thanks. Oh, okay. I walk up there like the dummy I am, and I go, they never answered the question. So I got popped a couple of them times. I learned that I should ask more questions, but I really don't care because I want to get going. But if you guys know what real butter and theater butter and what differences is besides $1, let me know. I'll take it. The other thing I learned is, how many Grinches do you need at the movies? Haven't they done like 7 Grinch movies? Animated, real life. Did they change the story? Did the Grinch go to a prostitute ring? No, the Grinch goes to Whoville. I don't get it. But boy, they sure make a lot of money. Lots of money. Big draw over the weekend. I think it was #1 for the kids. So every 3 years, they just churn them out. You know, 1-year-olds turn into 4-year-olds. New Grinch movie. I don't get it. But, you know, that's the way it is. So we got through the Gophers. We got all through that. A lot of big days in Minnesota. How about Joe Mauer retiring? 15 years. Is he a Hall of Famer? Is that debatable? I don't know. But in a day and age where athletes don't want to stay with your team, and we'll get to that one later, you know, it's pretty good achievement, and I think that's a pretty good deal. Other than that, I don't know what to say about him, but very quiet and very, you didn't hear him about drugs, you didn't hear him about any of that, so you can debate his play all you want. Really doesn't matter. Now, got another thing I learned, and you guys might know this too. When you make a dentist appointment, or a physical, right? So you got the dentist, and let's just say the dentist appointment is November 29th, and it's, you're working right now on the 12th. Ooh, I can't make that. You call the dentist up and say, hey, can I reschedule? You know what they tell you? In the old days, it was, yeah, I'll get you in next week. We'll just get you in, can we get you in the next day at 4? No, we'll get you in July. Is that okay of next year? That's the last. What do you mean, July? Have you ever found that out? Every time you have to reschedule, you're screwed. You're very screwed. So I don't know what to say. But I get that all the time, and I'm sure you guys do too. Boy, if you got to reschedule, you better hope, you better pray that you can get something early, because that just doesn't happen ever. So anyway. With that, anything else going on? I think I've covered everything. I think I got everything. What else I learned? My 2 sister-in-laws, which I'm going to have semi-half credit, they have taught me that the phone can be a magnifying glass if you need cheaters. Now, I know what you're saying, everybody out there. You're so stupid. We've known this forever. But it's great when you're my age and you don't know this and you learn this. It is like a treat. You can get an app to the magnifying glass. You can read that restaurant deal. I want to give props out to my sister-in-law, Erin, and my sister-in-law, Carrie. You guys are on. Thank you very much for that. That's pretty awesome, by the way. I'm going to use it a lot. And I think the last thing on the old I have learned, and we're going to do this before next week. Big week next week. And by the way, as I'm speaking right now, it is tryout week for the high school. And I wanna wish all the kids good luck. Parents, I know parents and kids. This is a tough 3 days coming up. It's my 6th year in. They're never easy. Wednesdays are you're losing sleep. So good luck to everybody, all the kids. But the high school season starts. Looking forward to watching White Bear go. That's where my son plays. So looking forward to that. The rest of it, there's one other item. And I would like to talk to you about a clown. Clown with a red nose. This guy. And you know what this guy is? This is the last time in my cast I have to talk about him. But this guy here, see this jersey? Goes here, I like to call trash. Loser diva into the trash. Fantastic, isn't it? So anyway, got the voting in. I learned a few things this week. Also learned from my sister-in-law, Erin, they have tents where they're just taking in immigrants all over the place, drug dealers apparently on Hiawatha in Minneapolis. Erin, I'm going to take a run down there. I want to check it out. In this weather, I'm not going to stick around too long. But I want to see what's going on there, so I learned that. So I learned a lot. I learned that Rudy's has got good food. And, yeah, and happy birthday to my mother-in-law, 85 years old. She had a good time. She can put the champagne down, by the way, too, just letting you know. So with that, next week, we'll have Vikings back on. Hope the Wild are doing well. Maybe the Timberwolves will be a little better. It's a great time of the year. You got a lot of stuff to do. Movies next week I'm going to be reviewing is the Fantastic Beasts Part 2. Love that Harry Potter stuff. Good stuff, though. Maybe I'll get that answer to that popcorn, too. So anyway, one other thing I wanted to do. Luke, I am your father. Luke. I always wanted to do that. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys till next week. And back with a little Stevie Wonder. And we will see you next week.